a look at In Death. Currently only available on the Oculus Rift store, from what I can tell. It is in early access, so obviously that can change at any time. The reason why I'm still on this screen rather than actually in the game is the game starts off with a bunch of monks chanting and singing, and it would be kind of hard to hear me over that. And because it's in early access, the options are kind of limited, including turning off the singing monks. So just going to go into a very little bit of it here. It's an action roguelike dungeon crawler. Your main weapon is a bow and arrow, and you also have a shield. A couple different options for movement and locomotion. One I think is mandatory. The other one is kind of counterintuitive to how the game is played. Talk a little bit more as we get going, but we'll go ahead and take a look at our gloves here. There's no story as of yet. From what I can tell, you're either in purgatory or sending people to purgatory. It's actually a pretty solid game for what I've played so far, but there are some pretty obvious early access caveats to it, which we'll go into. So let's give it a go and hear some monks. So far, so good. In Death. So I mentioned the movement. To get the movement that works best, for me at least, go into Settings. Go into Experimental Features. Sorry, I'm talking around the monks. And turn this on. I'll show you the difference when you leave it off. But we'll go ahead and start. Enter Purgatory. So we're in the game. You're going to see some towers pop up over there. And that is the world or the level being randomly generated. Right before your eyes. Here's my bow. Fancy. Okay, good. The monk shut up. So the movement that I mentioned normally. So normal mode is you can use your right stick to do some snap turning. Pretty common fare for VR. You can also hold in your grip button and you get this little shard. So the idea is you take the shard, you throw it, and wherever it lands, that's where you go. I want to shoot this bird. So anyway, movement. It works, but at the same time, you're going to be fighting. There's going to be zombies. There's going to be crusader guys. There's going to be other guys with bows and arrows shooting at you. And while you're trying to fight back and then taking the time to do that, wait for it to land, then go over there, it's not going to work. There is some room scale to it. You can do a little bobbing and weaving, but there's just going to be times where it's just not practical, right? So another option for movement, again, these are all defaults, is if I take and use my trigger finger to pull back, you get a normal arrow, kind of what you would expect. If instead you press a face button, you get a special shiny magic arrow that will then teleport you to wherever that lands. But again, there's kind of a delay in the time it takes for it to land. It's not entirely accurate, and plus you're gonna be shooting at things coming at you. You don't want to have to take your time, shoot away. Oh, I want to move over here now, whoop-a-doo. So that doesn't really work either. By turning on that experimental feature, what that allows you to do is with your left thumbstick, which otherwise just kind of turns you, you can actually do some free range movement here. If you're used to VR, it's kind of a middle of the road thing. Normally if I'm turning left and right, that's what kind of gets me in my inner ear a little off kilter. But as far as just strafing left and right, I'm usually okay with, and that applies here. One thing with this movement is there's places like this, like I'm moving forward, you just can't move forward anymore. That's just the way it is. So you are still kind of limited when you're moving this way. You also can't move and shoot. As soon as I start to shoot, I stop, no matter what I do with the controller there, but then let go and you can otherwise do that. I mentioned there's a shield. That's just this trigger. It's a shield. It's about what you expect. The enemies will not always attack in the same way, so you do have to either high, low, side, whatever. So you can have to pay attention what's going on. You may have noticed this over here, my wall of achievements. The way the game works currently is that you do certain feats, there you go, buy an item, score 36 headshots, all that. As you unlock these achievements, not only do you get a nice, hey, I got an achievement type thing, sorry about that, but you also unlock more things in the game. So it'll be, you'll get random drops as you kill things, so like different kind of arrows, like I had a poison arrow last night, or fire arrows, stuff like that. So as you unlock achievements, it actually adds more options of things to fall into the world. At the same time, though, the higher that number goes, the more difficult enemies that start spawning. So you'll get to see kind of the different kinds of enemies and stuff like that as we go. One final thing as I move along here and get this ball rolling, for whatever reason, this game has a tendency to kind of make me swear like a sailor. The things kind of creep up on you. They kind of spawn out of the middle of nowhere. You can clear a room, walk through it, turn around, there's something else there. So I will try and keep that under control for the purpose of this, but you've been warned. Also, if you're a bow and arrow guy and you like to do this thing and you can practice, that's great, good for you. I can't. I have to do it gangster, ghetto, bow and arrow style. I don't know why, it's easier for me to do it this way, so I'll be doing that. Hopefully it won't obstruct too much of the view. Your life, right here, these little ticks. Life is few and far between. If you do happen to come across a health pickup, it's usually one little notch, so it's very important to dodge when you can, or block. Yeah, we'll just go to it here. Again, it is a roguelike, so I will die. I will die probably a lot. Yeah, I can hear. Ooh, see these guys in white with the bows and arrows? They're jerks. They fire really. Whoa, there's a guy. See? Oh, now I got. Headshots do a lot of damage, but I would not say they're mandatory by any means. And actually, I would say, like I did there, I was just rapid. I would say it's more important to keep them stun locked by hitting them often than it is to get precision shots. This guy, who's running right at me. But you can see the headshot. Oh, got that. Yep. Yeah, saw that one. How about a knee? Oh, he used to be an adventurer until I showed up. Face first. Periodically, you'll come across chests as you kill things. You may have heard or seen the coins fly up there. So that's basically how you get your currency. I don't know what this little glowy thing is. It kind of just goes different places on its own. The guys in robes are the ones you gotta look out for the most. The zombies, they're pretty much just cannon fodder. No story. Nothing really to explain why there's dudes in robes with bows and arrows fighting alongside zombies, fighting alongside crusader type guys. You just accept it. But who knows? With it being early access, maybe they'll... Ugh. Yeah. Oh, hey, how are you? Shit. Oh, see? I told you. I warned you. He just got me twice. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Yeah, they gang up on you. Just like that. You die quick. I got no achievements. You just start right back up again. Boom. Right back to where you started. Another different world pops up. Chock full of fresh new enemies to kill. So I think the base game that's here, try this, is really solid. Like there's a really good foundation here if you're into a roguelike game, or if you really like the feel of doing this over and over and over and over and over as a bow and arrow. There's definitely some promise here. The enemies are kind of fun because they are different. I'm not really sure how they fit together, but that can be something to add. Ooh. I think I would like to see some different weapons, maybe? Because, like, when you get get in a situation like this, oh, I got a whole gaggle. And I didn't. I'm just dead already, right from the start. You're ugly. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the zombies as they feast on us. Sometimes that happens. It's definitely a quantity over quality when it comes to the enemies, meaning as long as you only have one, maybe two, even if it's one of the tougher ones, you got a good shot at surviving. As soon as there's 3 or more, it gets pretty tough to manage. And that's really of any of the enemy types, because even the zombies, when you're busy fighting one, the other ones can kind of run and jump up on you. Graphics are pretty good, I would say, as far as what's here. Keep in mind, yes, that looks great, but then you've got a whole bunch of nothing over there. As you progress, like you can say, oh, hey, I want to go over there. You think you're making progress, but then when you get over there, there's another tower off to the future, and then another one off there. So I don't think there's an end to this. At least not at the moment, but to be honest, I'm not that good at it. I don't know that I'm supposed to be, being that it's a dungeon crawler. Yeah. See, one, not that bad. I'm just gonna, whoa, hey. I do like how the arrows persist for just a little bit, just so you can kind of be like, hey, I got you right in the hip. Okay, there's a special arrow over there. These guys can teleport around. And right in the elbow. Right in the other elbow. There's a zombie right on the other side of the wall. So as you're going and killing things, you'll see things like that over there, which is a quiver. In this case, it's a quiver. Sometimes it's special arrows. The thing that sucks, so that I've learned about these quivers, is they will only refill your special arrows. So I'm hoping I can maybe find one of those. But when you get a special arrow, you have these 3 slots to put them in. So say if this was a stack of fire arrows, you put them on there. You can use them whenever you want. You just kind of have to say, okay, I want to use those. Now I want to use these, whatever. These will refill your special arrows. But I keep getting these and no special arrows to use them with. So, yippee-yay. Jerks. Okay. Oh boy. See, that's bad. There's a whole bunch of them down there. Even though they're just zombies. Then they can start doing stuff like that. So you gotta keep hitting them, keep them busy. Don't let them get a shot off. Still a couple more down there. I'm afraid of what's over there, though. So if I can get these guys' attention. Get them to commit. Doesn't seem to be much of a difference. Oh! Didn't expect that. In strength of the arrow, like if I just do like that, versus if I really pull it back, there's a little less arc, and it's a little bit faster, but I haven't really noticed much in power. Oh, there's a guy. He's got a shield. Oh, I hate 2 of these guys at once. You can kind of do... Oh, thought I blocked that. I did block that. Oh, hit him in the face already. That was a good block. Good block. Alright. See ya. Whoa! Hey! I didn't even see that guy there. Now again, as I'm moving around, imagine if this was the only way I could move. Whoop. Well, gonna go over here now. Yep. That just doesn't work. I'm sorry. It doesn't. It absolutely should not be the default way. This looks like a big old room of nonsense. I'm going this way. Kind of a risk reward because most of the items that you get drop from enemies. So if you're just taking the easy, wimpy way out like I'm doing now, you're not going to get a lot of stuff. Then eventually, you're going to get into a room full of bad guys and not be able to manage them. Now, this looks like a dead end, but if you remember, I can use my shiny arrow, get right over there. Isn't always the best idea, depending on what's on the other side. There we go. There's some health. So, missing 2 health right now. We'll get the blood of the lamb. Now we're only missing 1. Those are not common, and again, they only heal you for 1. I maybe saw 1 for 2 once. I could also have been having a fever dream. And this is going to be trouble. So, when I first started playing, I did way awful, like even worse than this, because I was trying to be Robin Hood, William Tell, picking these guys off from afar. I'm not good enough, or it's just not a viable way to play. Got the one, but not the other. Just rapid fire is the way to go. You can knock the zombies on their butt like that. Get a few shots in. Down to 2 health. Another thing is you start at 2 health left, you start hearing that heartbeat. At 1 health left, you hear it even louder. There is no way to turn that off other than to get more health, which, as I mentioned, does not come freely or easily. Come on, dude. I mean, I know I'm lousy, okay? I know I'm a lousy shot. I know this. But... Ooh. Alright. You can move and block. But I'd like to see, like, maybe a crossbow. Or a throwing axe, throwing knife. Just something besides the bow. Maybe a sword, something for close range. I think that would help, because it's just really silly when you got 2 or 3 guys in front of you and you're like, ba-goom, 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 because nobody would actually do that. Maybe take an arrow and start stabbing. I don't know. But I don't make games. I just play them poorly. Yeah, is that heartbeat annoying enough for you yet? It is for me. Goom, goom. You think I'd be getting more excited as I'm playing this too. But nope. Goom, goom, goom. So I am going to, probably at my own peril, try to get up there quickly. Oh, I don't think I can teleport up there. Try that. Nope. There we go. Ooh. That is a tall, tall tower. But yeah, you can see in the background, just more of them spawn. And I don't even know if I can I shoot an arrow over there? Looks like I might be able to. Let's try. Well, yeah. Yes, I did. Whoa, I don't know what just happened. Okay, then, at some point, you get into a warp zone and get to buy some power-ups. So how much gold do I have? 1594. So I am too poor for everything. Whackity schmackity doo. I need some in-depth welfare. Please, sir, can I have more? Nope. Right then. 'Twas all for naught. And I'm sorry. That is way too much for one little thing of health. Way too much. So now what? How do I get out of the store here? Do I go back over there, I guess? This is... I like a better animation for that, too. That's just kind of jarring. Well, now I don't know what to do. Oh, yeah, I came from that way, so I'm going to go this way. Alright. Not a lot to it. It's very basic. But I enjoy it, I think. At least in small doses. Really promising what they could do with it. The bow feels good, as far as fake bows go. There's always a satisfying thunk when you hit home. I hate these guys in the white robe. Nice. Oh! Oh, from the grave. So it was this guy. Imagine if you get a little better at predicting where they're going to fall back. You could probably string some good shots together. Yeah, I almost have enough to buy something back there. Oh, oh, I heard another one. Yep, I did. Ah, no chance. Alright. You get the idea. You know if you like to shoot bows and arrows or not. I unlocked something. So, I now have incursion to the world. I don't know what that means. But I now have incursion. Leaderboards. Yep, almost there. Almost there. This has been In Death. Check it out if you think it looks good.